Hi, I'm JAUME Ortiz, and I'm in charge of the Historical Miniatures section for Acrylicos Vallejo. In today's video, I'll show you how to paint a German Planetree camouflage on a 1/35th figure. For that purpose, I'll use a figure from the company Rado Miniatures. As usual, I'll copy the pattern from real garments images. I apply some black primer and attach the miniature to a provisional base. As a base coat, I use saddle brown mixed with a bit of sunny skin tone, more or less in a 70-30 proportion. I thin the mix properly with lots of water so I can use it in the airbrush. I'll use black to outline all the elements that cross the camouflage pattern, like seams, straps, and equipment. I placed the head and painted the collar of the tunic and the leather straps. I'm going to prepare the colors for the camouflage. The base coat, as I said previously, is a mix of saddle brown and sunny skin tone. For the green patches, I use French Tank Crew from the Panzer Aces line. And for the dark patches, I mix black and saddle brown in an 80-20 proportion. I start drawing the green patches. I distribute them around the whole garment, copying as exactly as possible their position, shape, and size from the real thing. I use the tip of the brush to round the shape of the patches. Now I draw the dark patches. I start with the bigger ones, always copying from the original. Next, I fill the blank spaces between patches with some smaller and more detached ones. Once the dark patches are placed, I fill the bigger ones with patches of green and base coat tones. Once I finish one area, I repeat the process in a new one. Even if I always try to copy the original pattern, sometimes I need to modify it to adapt it to the miniature's volumes. That way, the result is more attractive. For that reason, it's important to properly study the real examples and understand the design style, as that will allow you to improvise areas if needed. Some views of the finished basic pattern of the camouflage. Now, I prepare a mix of dark brown and black from Model Wash in a 75-25 proportion that I will use to add shadows to the camouflage. I'll use pure black Model Wash for the deepest shadows and outlining. I thin them down with water in a 70-30 proportion. I apply the brown wash in a generous coat so it runs along the whole surface and gets in all the creases. Now I distribute it carefully to avoid accumulation in certain areas that would result in undesired stains. The first goal of the wash is to unify the three tones used in the camouflage. The second goal is to get a general shadow that enhances the volumes of the sculpture. Next, I apply the black wash. I will only put it on the deeper folds and the less illuminated areas that need to be darker. It will be useful to outline the seams, straps, and elements of equipment as well. The figure with the washes applied. For the highlights, I mix some sunny skin tone with each of the previous tones, creating their respective highlights. I start applying highlights using the original base coat color in the most prominent areas of each fold. As I applied shadows to the whole thing, the original tones are now perceived as highlights. Next, I highlight the green patches with the original green color. Now I use the highlight color, made with the original tone plus Sunny Skin Tone, to highlight the upper parts of each patch. I repeat the process with the green color mixed with sunny skin tone. I highlight the dark patches with the previously created mix. Finally, I refine the transitions among highlights and shadows with controlled washes of the mix of dark brown and black from the model wash range. Once an area is finished, I repeat the process in the other ones. As a final step, I enhance the seams of the smock using pure sunny skin tone, quite thinned. I highlight the edges of the seams and create textures and small wrinkles to simulate the wear and decoloration on those areas. Finally, I use the darker wash to unify the tones and outline the seams. Views of the camouflage finished. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments section.